This is what will happen when empaths learn to completely avoid narcissists. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Empaths Refuge channel. There's a limit to how empaths can endure and compromise another behavior. While typically, empaths are loving and understanding, and they also tend to avoid conflict if possible. This doesn't mean that people can do what they want again and again. Some empaths may still believe they can't function well in the world apart from their narcissistic partner. They may still want to do everything they can to somehow make things work. But they will ultimately find the courage to walk away from their abusers and stay far away from them when their boundaries have been breached time and again. Sure, walking away from the toxic cycles is a challenge in itself, especially if things have been around for a long time, to the point that the empath may not have anything anymore. Life can be really hard after this, but well, good things will come. So, what happens to the empaths when they finally find their way out completely free from narcissists? 1. They can finally have the peace of mind and clarity that they so desired before. The only way out of the narcissist's clutches is to avoid them. When the narcissist leaves, the empath's mind will be free of the uncertainty and agony that the narcissist caused during the course of the relationship. All of the stresses that they used to feel because they cared too much for someone who didn't deserve them have now been relieved. Empaths will eventually be able to let go of the fears and preoccupations brought on by their encounters with narcissists. An empath can simply click the restart button with one desperate decision, despite the fact that doing so isn't as straightforward as it sounds, since this requires enormous courage and determination. They need to let go of everything if they want to start to heal. They believe it is the best approach to finally reach the mental calm that has eluded them for so long. Healing is a choice that empaths need to make. So, how are you feeling now that the awful relationship is finally over? 2. The long-awaited personal growth starts to take place. As soon as the empath is able to focus on their own inner experiences, self-improvement, and personal development, they will be able to move on from the despair after living with the narcissist and start a new, better one. They'll be more invested in the things and people that are most important to them, and they can also have more space for themselves. In the end, empaths will realize how much time they've wasted as narcissists' codependent partners. Because of the narcissist's self-centered demands and concerns, they will realize how much mental energy they have squandered. Finally, empaths will discover how to enjoy the life they were designed to lead. In the end, they will take charge of their own lives and pursue their own dreams. It's difficult for any of this to happen while the narcissist is still consuming their calendars and keeping tabs on their plans. Is there anything in your life that is preventing you from reaching your full potential? Free. They will cherish their newfound freedom. In the past, empaths had an unfavorable view of singlehood since they thought it was a painful, alone, and hopeless experience. However, their perception of freedom might rapidly flip if they completely ignore the narcissist. What would it be if they could just be alone and enjoy their freedom? This moment in their lives will no longer be seen as a harrowing experience, but rather as a source of power, motivation, inspiration, and joy. An empath's level of happiness has been predetermined by their ability to separate themselves from the narcissist and those who want to take advantage of them. Although at first they may reject the idea of walking away, they'll ultimately begin to recast their life in a more favorable light due to the way the narcissist has indoctrinated them. A sense of self-determination and security will ultimately be realized for empaths when it becomes clear that their pleasure is not dependent on another person. Their own feeling of fulfillment will be distinguished from the narcissist's sense of fulfillment, and their own sense of freedom will be distinguished from the narcissist's image of freedom. So, are you proud of your accomplishments now that you can support yourself? Is it possible for you to detach yourself from others when the situation demands it? 4. They're now able to rewrite their own stories. A person with empathic abilities can do even more than they already do. Trying new hobbies, traveling regularly, engaging in challenging activities, or preparing their favorite foods would be difficult for an empath if they're dating a narcissist. During their journey of self-discovery, they've come to the realization that the best way to heal the scars that the narcissistic relationship has caused them is to reinvent themselves. Empaths are now able to reinvent themselves in order to avoid falling victim to the schemes of narcissists and giving up on themselves. Their future is filled with hope and opportunity now that the narcissist is not around. 5. They will begin to attract more beneficial connections to their personal growth and development. Narcissists can put the empath's relationships with others on hold, even those that were essential to the empath before the mayhem started. This behavior, if it hasn't already, comes dangerously near to being classified as the most extreme form of psychological abuse. With everything that has happened, empaths are trying to convince themselves and others that they're ready for a change, which can lead to a better and more satisfying connection. This indicates that the empath is becoming more determined regarding their expectations, including what they need, what they desire, and how they anticipate their romantic relationships to develop. While the narcissist might constantly work on devaluing the empath, things aren't going to go their way once the empath has determined to emphasize their boundaries. It is only when the empath refuses to let go of their own high standards that they will begin to attract those who can equally share their values. Empaths must understand that they're much more valuable than just becoming a tool for narcissists. Anyone who only cares about themselves isn't deserving of the empath's affection. What have you learned about yourself as an empath by avoiding the narcissist? Is there a time when you wished you had taken a different decision? I have high hopes that this brief explanation will brighten your day. If you're trapped in a similar situation with the narcissist, I want to encourage you to find the light again. You're so much more than that. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below if you have any. And to ensure that you don't miss any of the new videos posted on this channel in the future, join this channel and activate the bell icon. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.